Khvicha Kvaratskhelia. A little bit of a tongue twister, but you should know him as Kvara, the player taking the Serie A by storm. Who is this young, talented Georgian player? What makes Kvara a tremendous player who has all the talent to become one of the best attacking players in the world? What does Kvara need to improve in his game to take it to the next step? And what qualities at the moment make Kvara such a dangerous player? And we're going to talk about a little bit of his journey to his point now at Napoli, and I mean, he has started his Serie A career with a bang. Here is the story of Khvicha Kvaratskhelia. Born in Tbilisi in 2001, his father actually was a former footballer and a striker in the Georgian league and played for the Azerbaijani national team, Badri Kvaratskhelia. Khvicha joined Dinamo Tbilisi academy system at the age of 11. While playing for the Georgia under-17 national team, he was devastating, scoring 15 goals in 21 games. Khvicha then moved on to FC Rustafi in 2018, and although he had to wait patiently for his chances, he already moved up to the under-18 level of the national team, where he scored 3 goals in 7 appearances. His reputation was already growing abroad. The likes of Shakhtar Donetsk, Bayern Munich, Juventus were very interested in the player already at the age of 17. However, he was loaned out to Lokomotiv Moscow at the age of 18. Yuri Semin, the Lokomotiv manager at the time, was high praise of the player, mesmerized by his technique, dexterity, and application shown by Kvara. Here's a couple quotes by Yuri Semin about Khvicha Kvaratskhelia. He said also, firstly, he is very talented young guy. This was immediately noticeable to the naked eye. Secondly, Khvicha is purposeful. I think he has scored a lot and assisted his partners before. Let's not forget the guy is growing. Khvicha came to Lokomotiv at the age of 18 and now is already 20, and at the same time the level of his technical skill is getting higher and higher, and he still has great potential. However, during that same summer, Khvicha signed a 5-year deal with Russian Premier League side Rubin Kazan. And funny enough, in his first game for Rubin Kazan, who would he face? Lokomotiv Moscow, the team he was loaned out to earlier in the season, and within 10 minutes of his debut, he ghosted into the box to loop a header into the far corner. And in 73 appearances for Rubin Kazan, scored 9 times and assisted a whopping 18 times for Rubin Kazan. After playing at Kazan for 3 years due to ongoing conflict in Ukraine, on 24th of March 2022, Rubin Kazan announced that Kvaratskelia's contract has been suspended, and he returned back to Georgia to play for Dinamo Batumi, where he destroyed the league with 8 goals and 2 assists in 11 matches. And of course, now with this summer, the transfer window, he made the move to Napoli for a fee of around 10 to 12 million euros, and it's been an instant success with Kvara. With a debut-headed goal against Hellas Verona, and then against Monza, Kvara truly showed this guy can be the real deal with a right-footed shot, a spectacular goal off the post and in, just a thing of beauty. And then yet again in the second half, showing how versatile of a player he is with both of his feet, scores with his left foot. You cannot forget his performances with the Georgia national team as well. He made a name for himself, of course, against Spain, where he scored during the match and was tormenting Porro, the right back of Spain, during that game, constantly over and over again. And further performances in the Nations League this year with 3 goals in 4 games show Kvara is growing as the main man for the Georgia national team. And those 4 games were obviously in the Nations League against North Macedonia and Bulgaria. But what makes Kvara so good? Why is he such a dangerous player? Well, here's a couple attributes. His close control, dribbling, scoring incredible goals with both of his feet, and being able to create magic out of anything with the ball at his feet. Shows how good Kvara is already and how great he can become in the future as he becomes more mature over time. One weakness I have with Kvara is because at times he thinks he can beat everyone with his dribbling, but knowing when to make the right decision will help Kvara. And of course, his end product will need to be more decisive in crucial areas. But at the end of the day, Kvara is 20 years old. We all have to remember that. He's 20 years old. There's going to be weaknesses, and he's just going to have to refine them, work on them, and he seems like he has a strong mentality, and he always wants to improve himself. So if he can just be decisive in those crucial areas in the final third, find obviously Victor Osimhen, find obviously Politano, or find Lobotka, find Zielinski making good runs at the edge of the box, Kvara will be such a dangerous player where teams will have to double team him in certain games, and that allows for the rest of the Napoli squad to flourish because of his success. So Kvara has all the potential, all the skills, all the mental strengthness to become one of the best attacking players across all of Europe. Not just Serie A, but all of Europe. Whether it's Premier League, Bundesliga, Ligue 1, La Liga, he can become one of the best attacking players, and he's only 20 years old. I'm going to repeat this over and over again. He's only 20 years old. And I think he's at the perfect scenario at Napoli, right? Expectations are probably going to be make top 4, like Spalletti always does with his teams in Serie A, and just form a good partnership with Victor Osimhen. If those two can form a formidable partnership, that is going to be big success for Napoli for the upcoming seasons, because now they're in a little bit of rebuild mode. Even though they have won their first 2 games and they've looked amazing, they are still in a rebuild mode. But with Kvara, with Osimhen, with Lobotka and Zielinski, they have a very exciting team and very attacking team, which is going to help, obviously, Kvara progress in his career. So sky's the limit for Kvara. An extraordinary player, and definitely a name to remember for years to come. I've talked about Kvara a couple of times now on the channel, and I just absolutely love this player. And it's always nice to see, we don't talk a lot about Georgia players. And we're going to have to talk about the Georgia national team. We're going to have to do a rise of the Georgia national team, because I think they're going to qualify to the next Euros. And Kvara is going to be a big part of that. And what are his expectations for this season? Look, in my preview video and my prediction show for the Serie A, I said if he can get 10 goals, that's a huge success. He's already on 3. He's already on 3 goals. And we've still got 36 more games to go in the Serie A season. So if he can get 15 goals, that is an amazing season, and people are going to be talking about it and be like, who was this guy? Where did he come from? And then you're going to be like, wow, Napoli and their scouting do it again. So shout out to Kvara, or should I say his full name, Khvicha Kvaratskhelia. I hope I'm pronouncing that right to all the Georgians watching the video. And to anybody, if you have any thoughts of Kvara, please let me know in the comments down below. How good can this player become? And I think it's the sky's the limit for this player. So let's enjoy the ride. Let's enjoy the Kvara Mania. That's what I'm going to call it, because Kvara Mania is slowly growing and slowly growing. So enjoy that. Hit the like button on the video if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, if you want coverage of the Serie A this season. Have a beautiful day. Stay safe in this crazy world. And shout out to Kvara Mania and to all the Georgians out there. Have a beautiful day and adios.